Warning, this super edgy episode just might have some mature content. By mature, we mean juicy details about those oh-so-dull historical events with graphic descriptions. Kids, you might need a babysitter for this one, because we wouldn't want you to accidentally learn something about history. God forbid. Enjoy. Or don't, we don't care.
Fantastic news. Brace yourselves for the mind-blowing revelation that this episode might contain paid promotions. All hail this podcast, where history and capitalism make sweet, sweet love to bring you valuable knowledge, wrapped in the warm embrace of nihilism. Let's keep listening, at least it distracts us from the relentless void of existential despair.
Live from an undisclosed bunker, it's the Reasonably Priced Time Machine podcast, hosted by the ever-doomed Professor Ryan Lancaster. Also featuring the indifferent androids, Archie and Hildy, who add their talents to this futile endeavor.
Episode 62, Norsin around?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Reasonably Priced Time Machine podcast, where we delve into the depths of history with all the enthusiasm of a sloth on a Monday morning.
And the humor of a dad joke on a rainy day.
Today's topic, folks, is the Archaic Period.
What a time to be alive. The Archaic Period, when humans realized they could do more than just grunt and throw rocks at each other.
And don't forget, they discovered fire. It was lit, literally.
Moving right along to the Post-Archaic Period, where people finally figured out how to farm.
Yes, because who needs exciting things like the wheel or electricity when you can grow turnips?
Turnips are quite nutritious, you know.
Thank you, Archie. I've been living in the dark about the culinary wonders of turnips.
Now, let's jump ahead to the colonization of Hawaii, where people decided it was a great idea to sail across the Pacific Ocean in glorified bathtubs.
And they brought all sorts of exciting things, like sweet potatoes and pigs.
Yes, because nothing says exciting like introducing invasive species to a delicate ecosystem.
And last but not least, the Norse colonization of North America. Vikings, who had a penchant for exploring new lands and not staying for brunch.
Ahoy, mateys. We be pillaging and plundering, but mostly freezing our beards off.
And they left behind a legacy of sagas, which are basically ancient soap operas with more axes.
There you have it, folks, the thrilling journey through history that is the RPTM podcast, where we make even the most exciting events sound as thrilling as a mall security guard's memoir.
I can hardly contain my excitement. Professor Lancaster's Rules of History. Rule number 1. Historians are detectives.
In the intoxicating world of history, historians don the trench coat and fedora, becoming savvy detectives on a mission to unravel the enigmatic tales of our past. It's like being transported to a mysterious labyrinth where they navigate through hidden truths and buried secrets to illuminate the triumphs and tragedies of human existence. One of these history sleuths was Tom Riley. He tackled the ambitious task of rehabilitating the controversial figure of Oliver Cromwell in Irish history. For a jaw-dropping 3 decades, he dedicated himself to cracking the code of historical records, driven by a burning desire to give Cromwell's reputation a makeover. Armed with primary sources and an insatiable thirst for the truth, Riley dared to challenge the accepted narrative that painted Cromwell's troops as ruthless killers. Instead, he took a brave stand, insisting that the killings were confined to enemy combatants who'd thrown in the towel. Talk about being fearless in the face of historical hostility. The meticulous work of historians like Riley reveals that they aren't just archival keepers of the past, but the guardians of truth. Through their relentless pursuit of accuracy, they unearth obscure stories and bring to light the complexities of our shared heritage. With their trusty magnifying glass, they meticulously evaluate sources, separating fact from fiction and leaving no historical stone unturned. Think of the lessons we can learn from history's grand stage. It's like a dramatic performance from the past, and historians hold the script. They empower us to make informed choices for the present and future, as they remind us that the foundations of today rest on the triumphs and tribulations of yesteryears. But this historical detective work is a collaborative endeavor. It's a delightful dance between historians and journalists, each bringing their unique skills. Just think of the notorious Watergate scandal. It's a classic tale of collaboration between historians and journalists, a thrilling performance that uncovered the dark secrets of political intrigue. Scholars of the past bring their specialized knowledge in deciphering historical events, whereas investigative journalists utilize their adeptness in finding hidden truths through the persistent pursuit of undisclosed informants and classified records. Ultimately, these historians do not merely disentangle the enigmas of history, they intricately interlace the tapestry of our comprehension of the world. Their meticulous detective work gives us the tools to navigate the present and shape a brighter tomorrow. So let's raise a glass to the history sleuths, the custodians of truth, and the keepers of our shared heritage.
The Archaic Period.
From the depths of time, from roughly 8,000 to 1000 BCE, a primal shift occurred across North America. The Archaic Period emerged, leaving behind footprints of change, contrasting sharply with its Paleo-Indian predecessors. We venture into the heart of the matter, unraveling the essential traits of the archaic people, exploring their altered subsistence patterns, the birth of novel tools, the rise of social complexity, and the enigmatic culture of the Mound Builders. The Archaic era was a decisive departure from the nomadic ways and specialized hunting and gathering practices of the Paleo-Indians. It witnessed the emergence of larger communal groups and the adoption of a more sedentary lifestyle, at least for part of the year. This transformative shift granted them access to a broader spectrum of sustenance, including cultivated plants. Initially, the archaic folks relied on a few wild plants and game species. Still, as time flowed, they gradually integrated cultivated foods into their diets, forever altering their relationship with the land. The introduction of innovative tools played a pivotal role in enabling these subsistence transformations. The archaic people devised various means, such as basketry, netting, and grinding stones, revolutionizing plant-based foods collection, storage, and processing. These advancements allowed them to consume previously inedible hard seeds, turning once inaccessible nourishment into a veritable feast. Furthermore, the emergence of tanged and side-notched projectile points, birding in small game nets, and fishhooks elevated their hunting endeavors, expanding their prey selection to encompass a diverse range of creatures. As their subsistence base solidified, archaic cultures experienced a surge in social complexity. Communities grew more intricate, interlacing strands of interdependence and forging connections. Amidst this tapestry of change, one prominent culture emerged, the enigmatic Mound Builders. Stretching across regions from the Great Lakes to the Mississippi and Ohio rivers, these societies crafted earthen mounds that stood as enduring testaments to their cultural prowess. The Mound Builders defied conventional wisdom, challenging the prevailing notion that settled agriculture was an absolute prerequisite for sustaining large villages over extended periods. The Archaic Period brought forth a multitude of positive developments. The transition toward a more sedentary lifestyle fostered the birth of larger communities, enabling social interactions, cultural exchange, and the accumulation of specialized knowledge. Technological advancements in subsistence techniques expanded the available food sources, bestowing a higher quality of life upon the archaic people. Furthermore, the Mound Builders' intricate earthwork mounds are awe-inspiring testaments to their architectural achievements and cultural significance. Yet, as with any chapter in history, the Archaic Period faced its fair share of challenges. Despite diversifying food sources, the archaic people still encountered the uncertainties and risks entangled with reliance on hunting and gathering practices. Moreover, the absence of settled agriculture constrained the potential for sustained population growth and the establishment of expansive permanent settlements. The Archaic Period marks a turning point where North America witnessed significant shifts in subsistence and lifestyle. Archaic cultures broke free from the shackles of nomadic existence, venturing into the uncharted realms of larger sedentary groups and expanding their palates to embrace cultivated foods. The emergence of innovative tools propelled them forward, facilitating the acquisition and manipulation of resources, while social complexity blossomed in the wake of newfound stability. And amidst this ever-changing landscape, the Mound Builders left their indelible mark, their enigmatic culture beckoning us to unravel its secrets. Delving into the Archaic Period is imperative to unwrapping the past to unlock the essence of U.S. history. It unravels early human society's adaptability, diversity, and audacious defiance of conventional expectations. By unraveling the intricacies of the Archaic Period, we gain profound insights into the challenges and opportunities faced by our ancestors, deepening our appreciation for the multifaceted nature of human existence throughout the ages.
The Post-Archaic Period.
Behold the Post-Archaic stage. 3 distinct periods, known as the Formative, Classic, and Post-Classic, stretch from 1000 BCE to today. These periods unlock the secrets of North America's cultural and historical tapestry, especially in the eastern realms of the continent. Brace yourself as we delve into the Woodland period, a remarkable era that shaped the indigenous civilizations of North America. Our journey shall focus on the Hopewell tradition and the illustrious Mesoamerican city of Teotihuacan. And fear not, for we shall uncover the relevance of studying these ancient events and their impact on the history of the United States. The Woodland period, spanning approximately from 1000 BC to 1000 AD, cast its captivating spell upon the eastern expanse of North America. It bequeathed upon us a bountiful harvest of cultural developments and the rise of complex societies. The Hopewell tradition was a jewel of the Woodland period. From 200 BC to 500 AD, it thrived gracefully along the rivers of the eastern woodlands, capturing hearts and minds. Yet, the Hopewell tradition was no solitary entity, but a mosaic of diverse populations bound together by the Hopewell exchange system. Picture, if you will, the Hopewell exchange system, a sprawling web of trade routes that linked these societies across the Woodland period stage. A vast expanse it covered, stretching from the lush southeastern woodlands to the northern shores of Lake Ontario. Through the gentle embrace of waterways, transportation and trade flourished, leaving no doubt of their paramount importance in this land. Within the Hopewell exchange system, societies engaged in a remarkable dance of exchange, weaving intricate patterns of trade and barter. Materials from distant corners of North America found their way into this vibrant network. Copper, born of the Great Lakes region, mingled with shells plucked from the Gulf Coast, while obsidian, a treasure from the Rocky Mountains, journeyed far and wide. The Hopewell people, gifted masters of this elaborate exchange, revealed their prowess in social and economic organization. Now, let us gaze upon Mesoamerica, where ancient marvels blossomed from the dawn of Aztec civilization. Teotihuacan, a resplendent urban center, rose to prominence long before the Aztecs etched their mark upon history's scroll. It reigned supreme as Mesoamerica's grandest metropolis, a beacon of influence for the following generations. Though time consigned Teotihuacan to ruins by the arrival of the Aztecs, its enduring legacy shaped the essence of Mesoamerican society. Behold the Pyramid of the Sun, majestically adorning the heart of Teotihuacan. It is a testament to the city's grandeur and stands as the mightiest edifice within its hallowed confines. Among the titans of Mesoamerica, this pyramid reigns supreme. Its construction unfolded across 2 eras, reaching its majestic form around 200 AD. Its size astounds the senses, measuring 738 feet in breadth and soaring to 246 feet. A true titan among pyramids, it secures its place as the 3rd largest globally. Its architectural splendors and the intricate urban planning of Teotihuacan stand as living testaments to the advanced engineering marvels of that era. Why is it crucial to delve into the mysteries of the post-archaic stage? Allow me to illuminate the path. Firstly, these timeframes offer a profound glimpse into pre-Columbian North America's cultural, social, and economic complexities. They shatter the shackles of Eurocentric narratives that often overshadow the indigenous cultures in early American history. Thus, a fresh lens is granted to understand the true diversity and sophistication permeating this ancient land. Secondly, the study of the post-archaic stage unravels the interconnectedness and exchange networks that thrived in the days of yore. The Hopewell exchange system, an intricate trade web, reveals the dynamic nature of ancient societies. It unveils the pulsating heart of trade networks, shedding light upon the very origins of our modern economic systems. Such knowledge offers a compass to navigate the paths of historical trade, weaving together the threads of the past and present. Lastly, the exploration of Teotihuacan unfurls before our eyes the vivid landscapes of Mesoamerican civilizations before the Aztec Empire's ascendancy. Through architectural marvels, urban planning, and cultural practices, we gain intimate insights into the foundations upon which later Mesoamerican societies were built. Once understood, the tapestry of this bygone era grants us a deeper appreciation for the mosaic of cultures that flourished ere the arrival of Europeans upon these shores.
And now, a short commercial break and a word from our sponsors.
Hey podcast listeners, are you tired of the constant hustle and bustle of modern life? Do you long for a break from the chaos, stress, and endless notifications? Well, have we got something for you? Introducing Nothing. That's right folks, Nothing, the revolutionary concept taking the world by storm. In a world filled with distractions, nothing offers you a chance to truly unwind, unplug, and rediscover the art of doing. Well, nothing. Imagine this: no more crowded schedules, social media overload, and no more FOMO. With nothing, you can finally savor the blissful moments of silence and tranquility you've been craving. Picture yourself lounging in a hammock, gazing at the sky, or perhaps taking a stroll with no destination. Nothing allows you to appreciate the world, contemplate quietly, and recharge your mind and body. But wait, there's more. When you order nothing today, you'll receive a complimentary guide on the ancient art of daydreaming. Our experts will teach you how to let your mind wander, explore your inner thoughts, and tap into your creativity. So why wait? Say goodbye to the noise and chaos, and say hello to nothing. Order your nothing experience now, and take that first step towards a more mindful and fulfilling life. Remember, it's not about doing something, it's about doing nothing. Embrace the emptiness.
And now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. The White Myth.
Studying history allows us to unravel the complexities and nuances that make us who we are today. But beware, history is a fickle mistress, prone to distortion and manipulation. Historical narratives can be twisted and contorted by the whims of culture, politics, and the insidious desire to justify one's actions. One egregious example of such manipulation is the infamous White Myth. It all started with J. Hector St. John de Crevecoeur, a man who fancied himself an explorer. In his book, Travels in Upper Pennsylvania and the State of New York, published in 1801, he wove a tale so audacious it would make even the most creative novelist blush. In this imaginative narrative, Crevecoeur put forth the notion of an unknown Caucasian society that thrived in North America long ago. And what sort of proof did he offer? He brought forth awareness regarding the presence of age-old mounds dispersed throughout the area, contending that these extraordinary formations were built by European colonizers rather than the indigenous Native American population. The White Myth didn't stop with Crevecoeur's fevered imagination. Other characters soon joined the stage, each adding their twisted brushstrokes to the canvas of deception. James H. McCullough, in his work Researches on America, took the myth to new heights. He conjured up an entirely new prehistory for America, complete with a grand race war and indigenous people hijacking a supposedly superior white culture. It was a narrative drenched in racial warfare and fit oh so perfectly with the anti-indigenous violence propagated by Andrew Jackson. The White Myth is a glaring example of how historical narratives can be bent and molded to suit the whims of those in power. It's a lesson in manipulation, a masterclass in twisting the truth to fit political and social agendas. But fear not, for studying this subject can be a beacon of light amidst the darkness of distortion. It reveals the insidious warping that has shaped our understanding of history and highlights the dire need for accurate representation. It's like a key that unlocks the door to truth, revealing the power dynamics at play during the colonization of America. The White Myth was nothing more than a convenient justification used by settlers to dispossess the rightful owners of the land. It was a tool wielded to erase Native American history and culture, to diminish their voice in the grand narrative of our nation. And by understanding the consequences of such manipulations, we can foster empathy and develop a deeper appreciation for the marginalized voices in history. Let us acknowledge the harm it has caused and engage in thoughtful dialogue and reconciliation with Native American communities. By confronting the distortions head-on, we can chip away at the foundations of discrimination and violence that have plagued indigenous peoples for far too long. The White Myth perpetuated the marginalization of Native American history and culture. It propped up racial hierarchies, painting white Europeans as superior and indigenous peoples as savages. And in doing so, it perpetuated discrimination and violence against our fellow human beings. Do not worry, there is a way to dismantle these power structures by shedding light on the White Myth. We can question current affairs, paving the way for a broader and more truthful comprehension of history. Rather than fixating on previous mistakes, let's delve into this legend to acquire wisdom. Collaboratively, we can shape a forthcoming era that honors and recognizes the diverse cultures and histories that have shaped the United States.
Colonization of Hawaii.
Long ago, the Hawaiian Islands reveled in their serene seclusion, tucked away in a distant expanse of the Pacific Ocean, untouched by human presence. Nature's masterpiece, this new haven flourished undisturbed for countless millennia. However, as the cycles of destiny unfolded, explorers from the Marquesas Islands in Polynesia gazed upon these enchanting coastlines. Their arrival was believed to have occurred between 300 and 600 AD, and so commenced an exceptional era in the annals of Hawaii, a captivating narrative of a spirited heritage destined to etch an everlasting imprint upon its fate. Imagine a band of brave sailors embarking on a grand voyage across the boundless stretch of the sea, their vessels gracefully cleaving through the azure swells, driven by a potent blend of aspiration and curiosity. At long last, their weary eyes discern the ethereal sparkle of the Hawaiian Islands gracing the distant horizon, a captivating panorama that rejuvenates their spirits following their grueling odyssey. Exuding the ardor of pioneers, they descend upon the isles, settling themselves comfortably along the water's edge. Besides their aspirations and an unyielding thirst for adventure, they came equipped with metaphorical and literal survival tools. These resourceful settlers spent time establishing small-scale farming systems to secure their sustenance. Their agricultural prowess knew no bounds as they cultivated crops like taro and sugar cane, and even introduced animals like chickens and pigs to their newfound island home. These knowledgeable plant enthusiasts had unknowingly sowed the seeds of economic abundance, laying the foundation for Hawaii's future in agriculture. But hold on, there's an intriguing twist to this tale. Many generations later, a fresh surge of Polynesian settlers, originating from the enchanting lands of Tahiti, gracefully stepped onto the vibrant Hawaiian scene. These settlers were not content with simply blending in, as they had a flair for drama. In a classic tale of power dynamics and hierarchy, they labeled the earlier Marquesan settlers as mere commoners, relegating them to the mountains to assert their dominance. And so, the stage was set for a dramatic clash of cultures, where Hawaiian history began to unfurl. Now, brace yourself for this next bit because it's a real doozy. In all their infinite wisdom, the Polynesians devised a land division system known as the Akipua. Sounds fancy. Indeed, it was an impressive marvel. This remarkable arrangement cleverly divided the terrain into wedge-like sections, spanning from the highest peaks to the very edges of the coastline. Each wedge was then doled out to chieftains and their subjects based on a convoluted concoction of rank, standing, and available resources. It was like a land-based game of Tetris, except with higher stakes and probably more taro. This system proved instrumental in shaping Hawaiian history, providing fertile ground for agriculture to flourish and fueling the island's economy for generations. But life in Hawaii wasn't all work and no play. These island dwellers knew how to have a good time. They organized grand tournaments and competitions that spanned entire regions and islands. Canoe races, swimming spectacles, you name it, they had it. And let's not forget the piece de resistance, the hula. This iconic art form captivated hearts and minds, intertwining tradition, myth, history, and religious rites in a mesmerizing display of dance and chant. It was an artistic celebration that revealed the very soul of the Hawaiian people, allowing them to tell stories that define their cultural identity. And why should we care about all this today? The answer lies in the profound significance of studying the Polynesian settlement of the Hawaiian Islands. By delving into the Hawaiians' historical events, practices, and values, we unlock a treasure trove of knowledge about human societies, their intricate dynamics, and the indomitable spirit of indigenous cultures. It's a journey that cultivates cultural awareness, fosters appreciation, and instills respect for the traditions and contributions of the Hawaiian people. And in a world still grappling with the shadows of imperialism and oppression, this knowledge prompts us to reflect on the impact of Western contact on indigenous communities and the imperative of preserving and celebrating diverse cultural heritage. Ultimately, the saga of the Polynesians in the Hawaiian Islands creates a mesmerizing tale abundant in resilience, resourcefulness, and the profound depths of human existence. Their arrival, exceptional agricultural abilities, a distinctive system of land distribution, vibrant leisurely pursuits, and expressive art forms, such as the hula, all intertwine harmoniously to shape the fabric of Hawaiian history. Let us embark on a noble quest for knowledge, allowing our minds to explore the intricate nuances of our shared heritage and embracing the profound wisdom it imparts. In doing so, we pay homage to the legacy of our predecessors and pave the path toward a future that holds deep respect and admiration for the splendid wonders of cultural diversity.
Norse colonization of North America.
The Norse colonization of North America in the late 10th century is a wild and compelling tale that adds a dash of spice to the exploration and settlement of the New World. These Norse warriors may not have left a lasting mark on their fleeting colonies. Still, their encounters with the indigenous peoples of North America offer a fascinating glimpse into the early history of this wild land. We shall delve into Norse colonization, its impact on U.S. history, and why studying this subject remains vital even in these tumultuous times. Our journey begins with Eric the Red, a fiery and banished soul exiled from Iceland in 980. Seeking adventure and a chance to prove his mettle, he set sail and gallivanted along the southwestern coast of Greenland like a Viking on a mission. These audacious exploits eventually led to establishment of Viking settlements on the Frosty Island. But the saga doesn't end there. In 985, Leif Erikson, son of the notorious Eric the Red, set forth on his westward odyssey until he stumbled upon a land he deemed worthy of the name Vinland. Picture a fertile landscape, abundant resources, and the promise of new horizons that would excite even the most seasoned seafarer. Such was the allure of Vinland that subsequent voyages and feeble attempts at colonization sprouted like mushrooms after a thunderstorm. Now, let us delve into the complexities of the Norse encounters with the indigenous peoples. The dance of cultures, a swirl of exchanges and conflicts, colored this uncharted territory. Amidst the tumult, trade relations blossomed like a forbidden romance, where furs were swapped for goods in a peculiar display of peaceful interaction and mutual benefit. The remarkable Norse individuals introduced exceptional expertise in constructing ships and mastering navigation in North America. They emerged as pioneers of their era, fearlessly venturing into unknown waters and enriching the collective wisdom of navigation methodologies. The Norse expeditions added new threads to the intricate knowledge about the geography of the New World. They unveiled the vastness of North America, revealing its untapped potential and abundant resources, much like the fabled Horn of Plenty. But alas, despite their initial explorations and flirtations with temporary settlements, the Norse colonization failed to establish permanent communities in North America. The reasons for this tragic tale remain mysterious, much like the gloomy fog that often enshrouds a barren land. Perhaps the hostile relations with the indigenous peoples, the scarcity of resources, or even the downright miserable environmental conditions conspired against them. We may never truly know. But let us not forget the encounters with the indigenous peoples, Skraelings. Oh, the clashes, the skirmishes, the battles of wills that unfolded between these disparate cultures. Whether fueled by misunderstandings or the fierce competition for resources, these hostilities illustrate the challenges faced by the early settlers in forging relationships with the native inhabitants. It is a sobering reminder of the intricate dance of diplomacy and conflict accompanying the birth of new civilizations. And what of Christopher Columbus, that revered figure who claimed the crown of the first Europeans to reach the Americas? Hold your horses, for the Norse colonization challenges this narrative with gusto. By studying the Norse presence in North America, we expand our understanding of pre-Columbian contact and unravel the intricate web of interconnectedness between cultures across the mighty Atlantic. It's as if history is whispering in our ears, urging us to reconsider the old tales and embrace a broader perspective. The Norse expeditions were a prelude to the grand stage of European exploration in the New World. They paved the way for subsequent voyages, setting the scene for the eventual colonization by other European powers. They were the pioneers, the daring souls who dipped their toes in the unknown and set the wheels of exploration in motion. In studying Norse colonization, we embark on a journey of multicultural enlightenment. It encourages us to embrace a more inclusive and nuanced understanding of the diverse groups that shaped this great continent. It beckons us to celebrate the stories of all those who danced in this grand ball of history. And here we find ourselves amidst the ongoing debates, the controversies that swirl around Norse artifacts and their authenticity. It is in these discussions that the importance of critical analysis and historical revisionism is illuminated. They urge us, the scholars and seekers of truth, to reevaluate past interpretations, question the tales of the old, and dare to explore new insights that may lie beyond our grasp. Though brief and ultimately unsuccessful in establishing permanent settlements, it holds a coveted place in U.S. history. In studying this subject, we enrich our understanding of pre-Columbian contact, shed light on the wild expeditions of early European explorers, and embrace the kaleidoscope of cultural diversity that forms the mosaic of North American heritage. With a humble nod to the Norse and a heart open to all voices, we embark on a journey toward a more inclusive narrative. This narrative cherishes the contributions of all cultures and fosters the spirit of dialogue among diverse communities. Let's give a shout out to the fantastic team behind the scenes. Our executive producers, Ryan Lancaster and Ryan Lancaster, have been the driving force. Thanks to Ryan Lancaster, our sound engineer, for ensuring our voices sound their best. Ryan Lancaster's music composition adds that perfect touch to each episode. Our diligent research team, consisting of Ryan Lancaster and Ryan Lancaster, provides valuable insights. And a nod to Ryan Lancaster and Ryan Lancaster, handling all things marketing and promotion. Special thanks to our families and friends for their unwavering support and the entire creative community. And, of course, a massive shout out to our listeners. Your feedback keeps us motivated. We're proud to have recorded this episode at the Ryan Lancaster Studios, our creative hub. Remember, the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of Ryan Lancaster and our guests. Until next time, I'm Professor Ryan Lancaster, and this is the RPTM Podcast.
As we conclude this exciting journey through history on the Reasonably Priced Time Machine podcast, we hope you've enjoyed exploring the past with us while keeping your budget intact. From ancient civilizations to pivotal moments, we've uncovered the stories that shaped our world without breaking the bank. If you're eager to learn more, don't forget to check out the show notes and additional content on our website, ryanglancaster.com. And hey, if you've had as much fun as we have, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to rate and review us on the platform you're tuning in from. Your feedback fuels our time-traveling adventures, ensuring we continue delivering engaging content. Thanks for joining us on this budget-friendly quest through time.